Hi, I'm Freya, and this weekend I returned from the Bonn Intersessionals. It was my first time at the UNFCCC, and I've been left feeling quite confused. For me, the fight against climate change has always connoted passion and urgency. However, when I arrived at the Intersessionals, I found that they were as far removed from this understanding as possible. In the plenaries, I found suited negotiators sat in orderly rows, giving lengthy interventions in monotone, and it was as though they had all the time in the world, which I think some of them may believe to be the case. And this was not only confusing, but extremely frustrating. It makes me so angry to see the negotiators of the UNFCCC sat so apathetically and blandly remarking that yes, maybe climate change is an important issue, and yeah, maybe we should discuss some targets for that in a couple of years. And initially I was worried about this. I was worried that this could be me in a few years, because clearly these people have become so desensitized that climate change is no longer an issue which they approach with urgency. And I found, by the third day of Bonn, I found this quite understandable, because I'd arrived at Bonn feeling furious, but mainly because the SBI talks, that's a major area of the talks at the UNFCCC, had been stalled, but by the third day of Bonn, this fury was dissipating, and this definitely worried me. I was thinking, oh, is this me becoming desensitized already? However, I found that the reason was that you simply can't sustain that strength of emotion for long periods of time. It was therefore useful to learn that in an environment like the UNFCCC, it's important to keep a check on your energy levels and find ways of keeping them raised. And this doesn't necessarily mean being angry, it can mean get involved in fun activities. So one thing that I found really useful was the Fossil of the Day activity, and this involved us giving an award to Russia, which was naming them the Fossil of the Day for contributing to the stalling of the SBI talks. And yeah, that was a really fun way of increasing motivation. And this made me realise how unique Youngo is as a constituency, because even in the bleakest moments, as youth, we are capable of keeping energy high. This made me feel confident, therefore, that if I am a member of Youngo, and if I am staying involved in national actions, I won't lose my passion and I won't become desensitised. So yeah, that's been a very general reflection, but I'd also like to share with you one moment that stuck with me since leaving Bonn. And this is that on Friday, Youngo did an action called the Path to Poland. So basically we drew a staircase which represented the Path to Poland, and on it we asked negotiators to write their hopes for COP19. And through this I ended up talking to Dr. Sudhir Chopra of Cambridge University, who told me that in 1984 he raised the issue of climate change. He was therefore quite pessimistic, because he feels that no decisive action on climate change has been taken since then, and what he said was they didn't listen to me then, and they're still not listening to the science. So basically listening to him made me feel quite pessimistic as well, and I sort of was looking at the post-it notes like, are these going to happen? Are these hopes going to happen? Or are they just empty and meaningless? However, as our conversation ended and I watched him disappear into the closing plenary of the SBI, it struck me that he was here. He was at Bonn, and he'd chosen to be at Bonn. And if he was as without hope as he claimed, why would he bother? And so it seems to me that humans will always find hope where there is possibility. As a recent report by the IEA shows, it is still possible to limit the global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees. If we act now, it is still possible to save the planet. And if negotiators are willing to negotiate with the urgency required of them, we can make this possibility a reality. So therefore, I do feel hopeful, and I think that I can take from Bonn excitement for Warsaw, and yeah, definitely it's been a huge learning experience.